Today we will be doing the Mistborn series, all 7 books. I'll be going through each book in order, so if you haven't finished the series, you can just watch up to where you are. Hoid appears in chapter 19 as an informant meeting with Kelsier. Felt is a world hopper who appears in the original Mistborn trilogy and in the Stormlight Archive. He appears in chapter 31 as a spy working for House Venture. Hoid appears in chapter 56 as a terrorist steward. This one is very vague. The only reason we know it's him is because Brandon Sanderson has confirmed it. Felt appears in chapter 42. He and Ellen meet, and he tells Ellen that he thinks the city's food and water supplies may be being poisoned. Hoid appears in chapter 27 as a beggar. Vin almost meets with him, but gets a bad feeling about him and gets out of there. Felt is mentioned in chapter 25. Here's that quote: "We're spread thin," Ellen thought. Spook and breeze in the north, Penrod at Luthadel, Felt watching the storage cache in the east. Adonalzion is mentioned in the epigraph of chapter 39. This is the first time Adonalzion is mentioned in the Cosmere. Mistborn Era 2. Hoid appears in chapter 4. Here's the quote: "Wax didn't know them, though he did wonder why they were speaking with a scruffy man who looked like a beggar dressed all in black." Hoid appears in chapter 7 as Wax and Wayne's cab driver. Hoid appears in chapter 11 as a homeless guy who's just squatting outside a party that Wax and Stairs are going to. Chris is a character from the White Sand series. She's a world hopper who collects information on magic and technology from other planets around the Cosmere. She's the author of the Ars Arcanum sections at the back of every Cosmere book. Chris appears in chapter 12. She dances with Wax at the party and asks him some questions about how his powers work. Hoid appears in chapter 1 of part 2. He is referred to as Drifter. So Kelsier is just chilling in the middle of sunshine like it's a hot tub, and Hoid/Drifter floats over on a corpse, as one does when in the cognitive realm. So Kelsier decides to beat him up because that's how he rolls, but Hoid totally beats the crud out of him and enters the physical realm through the well. He then takes a bead of metal called Leresium, which when swallowed makes you a Mistborn. Chris and her partner Naz appear in chapter 1 of part 3. Naz is from a planet called Threnody. Kelsier meets them in the cognitive realm. They came to Scadrial to see Preservation die and to gather information on the death of a shard. So they blow Kelsier's mind by telling him about Adonalzion and the shards and other planets and world hoppers. In part 5, Kelsier finds a group of people called the Airi. They're world hoppers from the planet Cell, where the book Elantris takes place. In part 5, chapter 2, the Airi have a device with a yellow gemstone in it. This is a fabrial from the Stormlight Archive series. Also, one of the guards mentions the planet Threnody. That's it for the Mistborn series. If I missed anything, please comment and let me know. I'll be making more Cosmere Connection videos, so if that interests you, please subscribe.